Hello. Welcome to the Maze of Truth. In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive into the dark, murky waters of why, in my biased opinion, cruises suck. Have you been thinking about going on a cruise with the promise of everything from unlimited buffets to Broadway shows, all while gently gliding you across the beautiful blue seas? Ask yourself a serious question. Have you ever heard someone say, "My cruise was perfect, no chaos whatsoever"? Exactly. Well, in this video, we're counting down 10 reasons why cruises might not be the dream vacation you think they are, and honestly, why they really suck. So grab your life vest because shit is about to get real. Number 10. Too many damn people. Okay, imagine this. You've shelled out thousands of dollars for a luxurious escape, picturing yourself lounging by the pool with a fancy cocktail. But when you finally get there, it's like the first day of Black Friday when the doors first open at Walmart, but only with more sunscreen. Wall-to-wall people, sunbeds claimed before sunrise, and a pool that resembles a very expensive, disgusting, pissy chlorinated soup. You want a mimosa with breakfast? Good luck elbowing your way to the buffet, which, by the way, is less gourmet dining and more of a frantic scramble for that last soggy-ass hash brown. And don't even get me started on the lines. You'll spend more time queuing for watered-down margaritas than actually enjoying the sunset. It's enough to make you want to jump overboard. But then you remember, the lifeboats are probably full of people too. Number 9. Nickel and dimed for everything. Here's the thing about cruises. They lure you in with the promise of all-inclusive. But what they don't tell you is that all-inclusive comes with a very large asterisk. Sure, you get the basic necessities, but anything remotely enjoyable, that'll cost you extra. Want decent Wi-Fi that doesn't require a carrier pigeon? $30 a day, and that's per device. How about a steak that wasn't frozen since the dawn of civilization? Extra charge. And bottled water? Forget about it. You'll be charged more for a liter of H2O than a pirate would for buried treasure. And the irony of it all is you are on the freaking water. By the end of the trip, that amazing deal you snagged will have cost you more than a down payment on a small island. And that is just for the water. And guess what? You won't even own a small island, and you'll still be thirsty as hell. Number 8. Motion sickness. Now, I understand that not everyone is prone to seasickness, but for those of you who are, a cruise can feel less like a luxury liner and more like a floating torture device. Picture this. You're finally at that romantic dinner, gazing into the eyes of your loved one when suddenly the ship hits a huge wave and decides to do its best impression of a roller coaster. The room starts spinning, you start to get bubble guts, and that delicious lobster bisque you just inhaled? Well, it's now in your loved one's eyes. It doesn't get more romantic than that. And the worst part? Well, let me remind you of number 10. Too many damn people. The ship's infirmary is already overflowing with fellow passengers who took all of the beds like the chairs at the pool. So basically, you are shit out of luck. It's a symphony of groans, the smell of throw-up and disinfectant, and the faint hope that maybe, just maybe, the captain will take pity on you and steer the ship towards dry land. Number 7. Limited time at destinations. The shore excursion. The brief relief from the floating city of annoying people that allows you to experience the exotic locales you actually paid to see. Except, here's the catch. These excursions are often shorter than the attention span of a 9-year-old boy. You dock at some idyllic island paradise, palm trees swaying in the breeze, turquoise waters beckoning, and just as you're about to dive into the crystal clear ocean, boom! Time to get the hell back on the boat or they will leave your ass. They are not, and I repeat, they are not going to wait for you. You'll be that person running after the ship, frantically waving from the pier as your floating hotel sails off into the sunset without you. Enjoy your impromptu extended vacation in whatever overpriced tourist trap you found yourself stranded in. Number 6. Virus outbreaks. Let's talk about something no one wants to talk about, but we definitely should. Norovirus. Norovirus spreads like wildfire on ships, turning your vacation into a floating quarantine zone. This highly contagious stomach bug is basically the unofficial mascot of all cruise ships. One minute you're enjoying a delightful plate of raw oysters. The next you're making a mad dash for the nearest bathroom, praying you don't lose your lunch and breakfast and dinner in the process. And trust me, when it hits hard. You'll be sharing your cabin bathroom with more bodily fluids than a horror movie. It's the kind of bonding experience that'll have you making lifelong friends, or at least lifelong enemies with whoever brought the virus on board in the first place. Number 5. Annoying passengers' cruises are essentially giant petri dishes filled with humanity at its finest. And by finest, I mean the opposite of that. You've got your sunburnt dads in tacky-ass Hawaiian shirts, their pockets overflowing with casino chips, Marlboro Lights, and bad decisions. There is a massive gang of kids running wild and unsupervised, all while being fueled by unlimited soft serve and cookies and a complete disregard for personal space. And then there's that dude. You know, the one shirtless, perpetually drunk by noon, swearing at everyone for no apparent reason, blasting 80s rock from a big-ass Bluetooth speaker the size of a midget. He's the human embodiment of an unlimited booze gone wrong, and he's about to make you and your family's life a living hell. By day 3, you'll be fantasizing about escaping on a lifeboat, even if it means paddling to shore with nothing but 12 over-exaggerated stale salted pretzels on each arm to use as floaties. Number 4. Bad weather. You booked a tropical getaway, picturing yourself basking in the sun, sipping on fruity cocktails, and maybe even getting a little color or, a sunburn so bad you could audition for the role of a lobster. But Mother Nature, she's a fickle mistress, and sometimes she decides to throw a wrench in your plans in the form of a hurricane the size of Texas. Suddenly, your dream vacation turns into a scene from the movie Poseidon, only to have a panicked cruise director in a tacky-ass Hawaiian shirt and fake captain's hat telling you to remain calm while the ship rocks violently from side to side, throwing you into the baby grand piano. Those open decks you were so excited about, now flooded and off-limits. That all-you-can-eat buffet you were looking forward to, replaced with stale ass crackers and lukewarm milk. And let's not forget the endless hours trapped inside with your fellow musty passengers, all desperately trying to ignore the fact that you're essentially stuck in a metal box, hungry, scared out of your mind, and being tossed around like tomatoes in a salad. Number 3. The environmental impact and pollution. Cruise ships are often marketed as floating paradises, but the truth is, they're more like floating garbage patches. These behemoths of the sea generate a staggering amount of waste, from sewage and gray water to food waste and plastic, much of which ends up dumped directly into our oceans. And don't even get me started on the air pollution. Cruise ships are essentially floating smokestacks, spewing out noxious fumes that contribute to climate change and respiratory problems. So while you're busy sipping your pina colada on deck, just remember, you're essentially on a leisurely tour of environmental devastation. Number 2. Horrible Wi-Fi. We live in a digital age, a world where we're constantly connected, where the Internet of Things is part of our daily fabric. This is the age where we can FaceTime our pets from the bathroom and order takeout with the push of a button. So naturally, you'd expect a luxury cruise ship to have decent Wi-Fi, correct? Wrong. Prepare to be transported back to the You Got Mail dark ages of dial-up, where loading a single email takes longer than it does to sail to the next port. You'll be paying exorbitant fees for internet packages that move slower than a sloth in quicksand. Good luck trying to upload those vacation photos to Instagram or streaming your favorite Netflix show. You'll be lucky if you can even get a Google search to load. But hey, at least you can unplug and disconnect for a bit, right? Unless, of course, you need to contact your bank because someone decided to go on a spending spree with your credit card, which, let's be honest, is a very real possibility on a cruise ship. Number 1. Titanic-level disaster. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Cruise ship disasters, those are rare, right? Well, not as rare as you might think. From fires and power outages to rogue waves and even full-blown shipwrecks, these floating cities are not immune to disaster. Remember the Carnival Triumph, otherwise known as the Poop Cruise? This is no joke. Google it. A fire in the engine room left the ship stranded in the Gulf of Mexico for 5 days with no power, limited food and water, and overflowing toilets. Or what about the Costa Concordia, which ran aground and partially sank off the coast of Italy? These might be extreme cases, but they highlight the very real dangers of putting all your faith in a giant, floating metal box. And when things go wrong at sea, they go wrong very, very quickly. So before you book that cruise, Maybe invest in some travel insurance, brush up on your lifeboat safety procedures, and maybe pack a few extra pairs of underwear, just in case. Still thinking about booking? Should you abandon ship? Well, before you book that perfect cruise, just maybe think twice. Yes, the brochures are enticing. Yes, those all-you-can-eat buffets sound like a dream. But as we've seen, these floating cities, much like Atlantis, can quickly go from paradise to potential nightmare. You might be trapped on a ship with thousands of strangers, battling seasickness, exorbitant fees, and the ever-present threat of a gastrointestinal apocalypse. And if that doesn't make you want to book a nice, quiet staycation, I don't know what will. I hope this video was informative. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more eye-opening content.